Good evening. I'm just waiting for my notes to print. And I was like, I am on time today and I am not going to not be on time. So welcome to Chef's Table. Hi, Mayor Saeed. How are you? Hi, Kimba. Nice to see you. Hi, Italian girl. Hey, what's up? We are getting ready for Chef's Table. And hey, Dana. And I am just getting my notes printed. Of course, it just seems like every time I try and get on live, hi, Mary, all this stuff happens. And I'm like, Urgh. But we are doing rotisserie chicken rescue tonight. And I'm very excited because I've got one chicken and about 10 recipes. We're not going to get to them all, but we're going to get to a lot of them. Hey, superfan Kimberly, what's up? Hi, Julianne. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome in. Victoria Mama. Hello, Aunt Victoria. How are you? Hi, Nessa. No shade luxury like that. Hey, what's up? Don't forget, guys, if you haven't dropped a heart me in a while, go ahead and just poke that. It's so helpful. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I'm going to share while we're waiting. And then as soon as this is done, we are going to get busy. We got a lot to cook. But I was thinking, it's a great time of year to be doing rotisserie chickens, because if you have kids in school and you're busy, single mom, single dad, single person, you can get a rotisserie chicken and really get a lot out of it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to go over a whole bunch of stuff. We're almost there. And then I've got almost a rotisserie chicken vault with all kinds of good information, recipes, and all the love. All the left myself out of the live. Can you believe that? I'm not even liking it. I'm just moving it. I'm just sharing it out. How's everybody today? It is not hot here. I have not had any. This morning it was humid and then it was fine. I'm almost done. Hey, Janet. Nice to see everybody. All right, let's see where we're at. As we get ready. Oops. 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 Before. All right. How are you? Nice to see you. Hi, Kimberly. Janet, thank you for my heart. We're almost there. Got 7 pages to go. What's up, Pri? How are you? I'm just getting my big, giant, all my notes together for our class. We have a big class tonight. It's going to be a whopper of a class. And look, I'm almost on time. I feel like this is on time. Just saying. Hi, Lisa H. How are you? Hi, Viviana. Welcome in. I love it. Keep sharing it. Keep tapping it. We'll get everybody in here and we'll be awesome. Whew. I'm almost done. Almost done. We're going to talk about proper storage. We're going to talk about stock. We have so much to do tonight. I'm excited. But of course, as I was printing this, the printer jammed. It's like always something. But we're good. We're good. Hi, Robin. Hi, Pri. Hi, Gabrielle. What's up? How are you? Hi, Freeway. Hi, Janet. Thanks for my goat populars. Hi, Rhonda, Kimberly. Yay. Hi, Naomi. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, last page. Yay, I got it all. Here we go. All right, we're ready. Shutting the light off. Fed the dogs. The dogs should be calm. It should all be good. All right, here we are. I'm excited. All right, let me just climb on my step stool and get you guys up here. And then we can get busy. We can get busy cooking. We got this. Yippee. All right. There we go. Hello. Hello. Oh, where does this go? This goes up here. I'm excited about this class. You know, I'm not a big rotisserie chicken person, I guess because I like to roast a chicken myself. But I do like leftover rotisserie chicken. There's something about a leftover rotisserie chicken that's just so yummy. And hi guys. So I think that's where I got my chicken. It's here. And we're not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it. I wanna work with it and show you guys so that you see all the different ways and all the things that you can do with the chicken. All right, let's see if this works. My dog is driving me cuckoo already. And he said he was going to be a good boy. But we'll get him there. All right, so you have a chicken. Let's get started. I'm going to use gloves a lot tonight, so I'm going to leave my box out. So let's get started. I think that what I like about working with a rotisserie chicken and you know, is that it's so versatile. You can do so many things with it. You can slice it, you can eat, you can make soup. There's just so many things that you can do. So let's talk about that first. So pretend we ate our rotisserie chicken. Look, do you see what's going on right there? Do you see him? He's such a bad boy. As soon as I get on here, it's like a little 2-year-old. Mommy, mommy, mommy. So, thank you. Look, they're eating their cherry snacks. Here, go away. Where'd you go? Oh, there you go. All right, go sit, go lay down. All right. They're hilarious. Really, are they that hilarious? Because they drive me bananas. Okay, so here's my rotisserie chicken. This is an organic roasted rotisserie chicken, and I don't know where you guys get your chickens. A lot of people are like, oh, I get my chickens and they're $8 here, they're $8 there. Yeah, not so much. This rotisserie chicken is from my shop, and he's about 20 bucks. It's a 3.5, 3 3/4 pound chicken, so you get a lot of meat in here, and you also get, you know, all your bones and stuff. So look, I'm just breaking it down. Here's your thigh, here's your leg, right? You're gonna get about 8 pieces. Then I got my wings. We're gonna just break them down first. And you know, when you have a rotisserie chicken, the whole fun of it is that they're easy to break down. Hi, Marina. How are you? Welcome in. And then we are going to we're going to take as much meat off the bones as possible. And then I'm going to show you, I want to get this done. And then I'm going to show you how I just put it in a crock pot. And tomorrow afternoon at this time, we're going to have a beautiful stock. All right, so you got 2 legs, you got 2 wings coming up. Here's your thighs, 2 thighs. Here's your wings. Now I'm going to show you the secret. Did you know that a chicken has like a sort of like a filet mignon of the chicken? When you turn your chicken over, there's a little piece of meat right here. It's called the oyster right here. And this part of the chicken is delicious. It's so good. So you want to make sure when you flip your bird over, you get that oyster. I must have pulled it off on the other thigh. Let's see. He's somewhere over here. I don't know where he went, but he's here. You get 2, 1 on each side. So that's really level 25. Oh, Lumac, hold on. Let me put you up there. So you want to make sure you get that because that is luscious chicken. Yay, thank you for all the love. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Now you can see my crock pot back there. We are at some point tonight gonna, oops. Hold on, let me do that again. Take two. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Where's everybody watching from tonight? That's always fun. I always enjoy finding out where everybody's coming from. All right, there we go. We're breaking down a rotisserie chicken. Ask for tips for making stock. Look at that. Hi, Viviana. Thanks for my art. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so we're still breaking down our chicken. So then there's lots of bits on this chicken. Look, you see down here, don't forget all this meat. I like having gloves in the kitchen for this kind of stuff because this is where I love having gloves because I don't mind getting inside the chicken and really pulling it apart. Now, here's the backbone of the chicken, and because it's a rotisserie, it's so easy to pull apart. Go lay down. Lay down. Stop being a bad boy. I'm going to just get underneath that chicken breast, underneath the bone, the breastbone. I'm going to just stick my finger right in there and just pull it right off. You don't even need a knife because rotisseries are so easy. Once you put it in the refrigerator, though, this gets very hard, so it's a little bit harder to do it then. So I like to do it once it's cooled off and you're finished eating it. This is a great way to do it before you put it in the fridge cold. The mistake we often make is with the rotisserie chicken is saying, oh, it's only one time. And then, what's ever left over, because it's 3 pounds of meat usually, right? And if you're 3 or 4 people, you're not eating a half a pound of chicken. It might sound like you might be doing that, but 6 ounces, 5 ounces, that's a lot of protein. So, you're surrounding that with meat and rice and vegetables, potatoes, lots of veg, maybe a salad. So, the mistake you make is you put this back inside your fridge and then it just sits there because nobody knows what to do with it. So tonight you're going to have a bunch of recipes we're going to review and go over. And then you'll be able to go to the recipe vault and download all the rest of the recipes. Now, I'm really going to get in here and make sure that I get all of this chicken off the bones. Sometimes I'll take these scraps of chicken and I'll include them in the dog food. Sometimes, but if there's garlic in it, obviously no, right? Garlic you can't do, onions and garlic. But save this because I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with all this meat. Good cooking. Yes, we are definitely good cooking. I can barely see your name, but hi, welcome in. We are doing rotisserie chicken rescue tonight. It's like perfect timing. Kids are going back to school. Look, here's a little bone. Be careful. I'm going to show you something as you pull your meat off the bone, but this is what we're going to do. I'm almost done. You can give the kids a wishbone. They have a wishbone too. I cracked mine already, so you can't, but the wishbone's up here too. So we just pulled all that chicken meat off the bones. And now you have some of the bone. We're going to leave it here. And as we go through the chicken and chat about it, we're going to pile up the bones and then we're going to use them all, tonight. The only place I do want to show you the bone on here, onions and garlic always make food taste better. So in the leg, there's something that I call, I guess I don't know who else calls it this, but there's a pinner bone. There's a very, very thin bone. And a lot of people don't realize that. So when you go in and you get the meat off the bone, let me show it to you. It can be a choking hazard for some people. So you have to be really careful. When you're going fast, here he is. Okay, he's really stuck on. Oops, I just broke him. Uh-oh. Where did he go? Here he is. Look, you see that? I call that a pinner bone. I don't know if everybody else calls it. I stepped backwards when I heard pulling chicken. Look, you see? So you want to make sure that you don't, you always find that bone when you're taking the chicken off the legs. All right? So there you go. So now you have all this lovely dark meat, all these big pieces. I save the big pieces for like salad and stuff. I'll take my skin and I'll put that into the bone pot. You know, I don't really reheat the skin, but it creates a nice chicken fat over the layer of chicken, you know, over the layer of stock. That's really nice to cook with. And if you're going to make a gravy, it's great. And then here's the thigh. You've got one big little thigh bone in here. And then you're all good. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for lighting up my rolls. All right. So now, and then we're going to take some of this chicken, the meat off the bones of the wing. And I try and get rid of the skin. I do put it in my stock pot because, like I said, it adds a layer of fat, especially around the holidays. You know how I always say chicken fat and bacon fat is holiday fat. You know, you don't want to eat it all the time, but it does really add some nice, you know, flavor to a soup, a gravy. So it's nice to keep. All right, so we're going to pull that. There's our bones. So it's really, you know, once you finish eating, to grab all of this meat, look at how much meat you're getting. We can weigh this if you want. Look, here's my other oyster. I'm not giving you any more. I'm sorry. I'm just not. You ate. You had a big dinner. All right, here you can have a little piece. That's just going to get him crazy. All right. Look, we're almost done. Oops, that's meat. And it doesn't take long. Don't put it in the fridge and do it later, because you won't do it later. And then you have to warm the chicken. Otherwise, it's very difficult to break down if you wait. You know, if you wait till it's been in the refrigerator overnight, it's a pain in the neck. You do have to warm it up. Okay, now here's one more. Here's our last thigh. And then we're going to do some recipes. So what I like to say is, you know, so once you finish your first meal with your chicken, you know, look, see, save that chicken fat. That's going to make a delicious. Look at all that thigh meat. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these beautiful chicken breasts. And then look at all this meat we have. You can do so much. And I'm going to show you how this works. So the bones, connective tissue, all the bits of meat, all of those pieces you can use, especially if you're going to do it you know, suddenly you're going to have like, you can't possibly eat all this. So we can make it into a chicken soup. I'm going to show you a chicken salad, a curry chicken salad with yogurt. We're going to do quite a few dishes tonight. And it's going to be lovely. All right. I'm just going to peel this little bit of skin off. We're going to put it in our bone bucket. There we go. And then I'm also going to show you, for me, a bone broth. I don't put any vegetables in my chicken stock. I kept a pinner bone right here, and I just made sure. See, oh, this one came off. You can see it now. Look at this bone. This is a choking hazard. So make sure when you are peeling a leg bone that you get this bone, because you do not want to get that in your food. Because if somebody's like takes a big bite, you know, they're that person that like loves to take a big bite, you know, you're going to have some trouble. All right, there we go. So look at that. You have all this beautiful chicken right here. Thank you. I wish they sell rotisserie here. We are so rural. Buy a chicken. You can get the little cone. You know, the little cone that you can stand it on, and put it in a baking tray in your oven, you know, stand it on the cone, and you can get a rotisserie chicken. It'll work. Yeah, like buy a whole chicken and just roast it, and you'll get the same flavor. Now, you could go slow. You could roast it at like 300 degrees for a few hours, or you can roast it at 400 degrees. You're still going to get the same sort of vibe out of the chicken. You know, a roast chicken is a roast chicken. Rotisserie is nice, and it's but I don't know. I think you kind of get the same flavor when you're roasting a chicken, especially if you have convection in your oven and you let it run convection. You're going to see that you can do sort of the same thing. And I can, all I do with our chicken is sage, salt, garlic. That's it. Rub it all over the chicken and we roast it. Hold on, I just want to put my hair up so that it doesn't get, I'm not flicking it all day. Okay. All right. So look at this. So I want you to think like a chef. When you look at a leftover rotisserie chicken, I don't want you to ask yourself, "Oh my God, what am I going to do with these leftovers?" I want you to say, "What can I turn this into?" Right? Because when you say, "Oh, it's leftovers," not really. It's a beautiful rotisserie chicken that you haven't even, eaten yet. You can do so many things. So when you think like that, you can start to think of like, how do I like to eat chicken? Do I like it in a chicken salad? Do I like it in a soup? Some of us just go right to the soup and they don't think about anything else because it's the easiest. You put it in a pot. But the recipes we're going to talk about today are pretty easy. They're pretty easy. So I also want to just touch on, a lot of people, they they're stretching their food dollars. So you're going to see there's a lot of meat here. I've probably got a good 3 pounds, 2.5 pounds of meat here. Maybe it is exactly 3 pounds. And, when you think about that, and you do the math of, 16 ounces times 3, 6 times 3, 18, 8, what is that, 98, wait, 3. Hold on, I want to do this math. Because I'm not, I gotta write it down much better. Because I can't, when I see it in my head, it flies all over the place. So 16, 3, 18, 3. Yeah, 48 ounces. It's a lot of meat. It's 9 servings. Right? Hey, Carrie, nice to see you. It's so nice for you to be here. Hi, Leo, welcome in. So you've got 48 ounces of chicken. And if you think in a 5-ounce serving, or, a 6-ounce serving is going to give you what? Almost 7 servings, 8 servings, right? But 8 times 6 is 48, right? Is that right? Yeah. 8 times 6 is 48. So you've got, if you want 5 ounces, you've got 9 servings. If you want 6 ounces, you've got, look at me, I'm earning my chef hat tonight. That's a lot of servings of food. And if you're a family of 4 or you're a family of 2 or you're a family of 1, you got options. And, think about this also. It doesn't just have to be, the chicken doesn't have to be the main event. We know, it's all right. We're missing you, but I'm glad you're here tonight. That's all that matters. You got to stop now. You're annoying me too much. Okay. I guess as he whines, it's not helping that I keep giving him treats. Welcome in, everybody. Nice to see you. Hi, Ernie. Thank you for all the love. Thank you. All right, so what happens when the remaining chicken becomes tomorrow's lunch, right? Enchiladas. We could make fried rice. We could do a bone carcass is a vegetable broth. Yeah, I think so. Jack, he smells this delicious rotisserie chicken, and I'm giving him a little, a cherry dog cookie, and he's like, yo, that ain't enough. Hey, what's going on? So also you can think like this, right? You could say, you know what? I'm going to make a black bean soup, or I'm going to do black beans and shred this chicken and make, a chicken and bean dish or a chicken and rice dish, where this could be 10 or 12% of the meal. And then you have all these beautiful vegetables. So that's the kind of stuff you want to start thinking about. You don't just have to eat the chicken and then have sides. The chicken can be the side, and you're making, and then you have all these food options. So we're going to talk about some homemade sauces tonight and all that. So before you throw it away, can I use it in another meal? Because, here's the thing too. If you properly handle this chicken right after dinner, then it doesn't sit there and 3 days later you go, oh my God, I paid whatever, X amount of dollars for this chicken and now I got to throw it out. Oh, he is not waiting patiently at all. He's jumping and being a pain in the neck. Dude, you got to chill. You got to chill. Lay down. Down. All right. Proper food storage we talked a little bit about. Now, you can also do something like this. Try and portion it out, right? 1/2 to 1 cup is salads, wraps, quesadillas. How easy is it to make a quesadilla? Watch this. Let me get out my quesadillas. I got chicken. Hold on, let me go get a can of black beans. I didn't even think of this recipe. Watch this. So one night you come home or the kids need a snack or you don't want to eat a big meal, but you have a little chicken. Oh my God, if I give them this chicken, I'm done for. I'll be just done for. I won't be able to get away from it. Personally, for me, the easiest thing to do is shred chicken. I love that. I always have a bag of shredded chicken in my freezer, always. And then I can just grab some, and I'm going to show you, we're going to make a barbecue chicken sandwich today. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. So look, all you've got to do is shred the chicken and, get gloves for this job. Have some gloves on hand. Because if you do that, look, you just sit here, just shred it apart. Some people like to use the, like a KitchenAid, and put it in with the paddle. I just do it by hand. It's so much easier for me. So 1 to 2 cups, you portion them out. They can be wraps, quesadillas, like I said, individual lunches. Chicken pot pies, exactly. We make a really good chicken pot pie at work. Do I have all the stuff I need for chicken pot pie? I could show you my chicken pot pie recipe today. I even have gluten-free, what do you call it? Oh, we're going to have some fun tonight. Get ready. Look, there's a little sinewy meat here. So you see how that is like that? Thank you for my chef's hat. Look, this I don't want to use, right? I'm going to just put that right in the bucket for our stock. Look at this. So I'm just going to pull it. But look at how much meat is here. That's a lot of meat if you're making a quesadilla. I'll show you my quesadilla recipe right now. And honestly, I'm going to get out my little scale. I want you to see the weight of this. Now, if you don't want to just eat dark meat, that's fine. We can pull a chicken breast as well. And then we can save a chicken breast. Say you like to have a nice chicken breast for dinner. Or the next night you're going to do, a little gravy, a chicken gravy with some mashed potatoes. Right? You can do this. I'm using my gloves tonight. For all my glove freaks, I'm using gloves tonight. So you always want to cut this away from the grain. So the grain is going this way. So we're gonna cut from here, that little round top of the chicken, and then look, you've got these beautiful. It's almost like cutting a turkey, right? You've got these beautiful. Thank you for all the love, guys. You've got this beautiful, nice white meat turkey chicken, right? Look at that. That's beautiful. Now, if you take that and we weigh that, I'm going to show you how much food you actually get. You are going to be so surprised at this. So watch, we're going to put this on here. And then we're going to weigh all that chicken that I just pulled. And, that's a pretty big serving. So that's 4 ounces of chicken right here. Now, I know the guys, they might say they can put it away. And some girls, you guys are training or you're working out and you want it, protein load and all that. You can do that. That's fine. But look at how much that's a nice size lunch or dinner, 4.3 ounces, right? Now, if you look at this, and this is a good way to do this, if you have a little kitchen scale and you're watching things, look, this is 2.3 ounces. This is a great, you might want to put a little bit more, maybe one more slice, and you're going to have about 4 ounces for a really nice portion for lunch. That's 3.2. But that's a lot of meat. Look at that. That's a lot. You could put this over a beautiful chicken salad, a chicken Caesar salad. You can chop that up a little bit more. I like to do this too. When I'm making a nice thin salad and I want breast meat, I will do this. I will slice it so thin and just sort of flake it. Or you can take the rest of this and add it to our shreds, right? So before you go and cook anything, you want to plan. What am I going to make? So if you have 1 to 2 cups, you can do fried rice. You could do a flatbread. We're going to do that too tonight. I'm going to show you a flatbread. You can make enchilada bake. You could cook some rice and do a shredded chicken, black bean, rice casserole. You could stretch this all week. And if you don't like my family, we don't like to eat the same food every night. It's the worst for me as a chef. So you can portion all of this out and freeze it and then grab some. Do you see how far this is stretching? It makes a huge difference. I'm going to show you how you can make a really nice quesadilla with some beans and chicken and cheese. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I don't need all of that chicken. I can do a little bit, So this you could save for you could make gravy with our stock. I could freeze this or wrap this up. Create a nice salad, maybe rice, mashed potatoes, a gravy, some broccoli, and you have a beautiful roast chicken dinner. Get a little cranberry sauce, nice roast chicken dinner. Done, right? 4 cups from each chicken. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little bit more than that, dude, because if you think, look, right now, I think I'm very close to 2 cups already, So look, that's almost 2 cups right there. And then I have all of this plus that 4 ounces. So you've got a lot to consider when you're making food. When you get a rotisserie chicken. To me, if you got a big family or your family loves chicken and you have a bunch of different ideas, buy 2. Set them all up, and then, you can freeze some of it. I have a whole bag of shredded chicken frozen, and I take it out. My husband loves the barbecue chicken wraps, and I'll make them for him with celery and blue cheese dressing, and he is one happy camper. Me, I'll do a quesadilla, or I like to do it with, what my daughter does? We make a white jasmine rice, chicken broth. We shred this chicken, and that's breakfast. White jasmine rice, shredded chicken, and a little, hi Viviana. Yes, right? A little, and that is, for kids, you'd be surprised. Forget about the pastina. Go for a white jasmine rice. Make your chicken stock. Shred your chicken. And then add just a little broth, a little chicken stock. I had to cheat and bought 5 Costco chickens once. There you go. Why not? It's all right. If that's what you did, that's what, it's still chicken. I mean, for me, this is an organic chicken, but if you've been here a while, you know that I totally, advocate for chicken, organic food. But Costco does pretty good though, right? Don't they do pretty good with clean, a little cleaner choices in their food. All right, so you guys got the 411. Look at that. And I'm yapping and I've got a dog jumping at me. It's sort of like a 2-year-old. looking for attention. And then we have enough chicken bone and skin and stuff to make a beautiful stock tonight. I'm gonna put that on at the end. Okay, look at that. So yeah, yeah, you're right. We're gonna have about 3 to 4 cups of chicken when we're done. You know, that's what is that? 8. We're gonna have a lot of chicken. Got a lot of chicken here. All right, you ready to cook? Let's cook. Watch this. I'm so curious, even though I ate a piece. His dancing is adorable, but can you guys hear the whining? The whining is what gets me. Trying not to look. That's 4 ounces. That's a pound. That's 1.84 pounds. Now you've got You've got 1 pound, you've got 1.25 pounds of meat here. That's a lot. That's going to make a lot of food. You ready? All right. So we're going to put this on the side, our nice sliced chicken. I think I have the breasts in there. Let's get our little breasts out of there. And then let's talk about different foods that we make. The first thing I'm going to show you is something super easy. Hold on, I'm going to wash my board so that I can make more, so I can cut vegetables for you. Great. All right, let's do a quesadilla first. That's easy. All right. I don't have any peppers, but I don't like using peppers, so we're not going to use them. But what we're going to do, I'm going to get out some chili powder for Mexican. We're going to get out our curry, all our seeds. Here's our chili. Of course, it's all the way at the end. Brown. Oh, here's our curry. Perfect. All right. We got our onion, garlic powder. Let's start here. You know what else? Fried rice. I have a fried chicken rice recipe in here too, which is going to be delicious. I'm not making that tonight because I forgot to cook the rice, but that's all right. We got plenty of recipes for you. All right. So bones, 2 cups portioned for enchiladas. You could do casseroles, family things. So casseroles for me, I would do them like in a tray like this, right? You could do a casserole would be like 2 cups of shredded chicken, 2 cups of brown rice or white rice or a white jasmine rice. And then you could add a can of black beans. It's gonna grow so fast. And some shredded cheddar. It will grow so fast that you'll be like, oh my God, I have a ton of food here. And then you serve it with the kids and you make guacamole, a little sour cream, you have salsa, and you're like, before you know it, you have this beautiful meal. Hey, Chai Health, how's it going? Welcome in, nice to see you. Nice to see you, you guys. Love that you're all here tonight. All right, so casserole. I could put rice on. Do you guys want me to put rice on so that you can see it? The rice cooks super fast. Nice to see you. Thank you, Pri. You guys want rice? Do we care about rice? We could do rice. It's so fast. Because then I can show you the casserole. It's staring me right in the face. It's so easy to find. So I love white jasmine rice. Kids love it. Everybody loves it. It's easy to cook. It's fast. It's easy on the digestion. I just love it. And then I'm going to show you I can show you, I might make a quick stop for you too so you can see the breakfast. I have to tell you, it's probably one of my favorite breakfasts. When my daughter has this breakfast with the chicken and rice, I'm like, now I'm a freak about cooking rice correctly. It's a little crazy. I do a cup of rice to 2 cups of water exactly. And then I add some, a little vegan butter. All right, so I got my 2 cups. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And remember, when you cook rice, you do not stir rice. Never stir a grain. You only stir pasta. All right, we're gonna turn that on. We'll put a cover on and we'll cook. There we go. And when that's ready, we'll make a delicious casserole. See, simple. So this is my favorite. Lundberg is my favorite rice company. I love them. They're certified organic, and they have, you know, non-organic too, but I only buy this, and I just love it. It's great rice. They have every flavor rice you can think of. All right, let's do some black bean, let's do a black bean quesadilla. First thing I do, I take my black beans, and I'm gonna just season them just a little bit and mash them. I love black beans. Are you guys black bean people? Because I love them. Remember me? Hi, Hags. Lincoln. That's fine. You're fine. Don't worry. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here, Lincoln. We are rescuing a whole rotisserie chicken, and we're doing all kinds of recipes. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Come join us. All right. Now, I'm going to just drain this just a little bit. If you don't like the bean liquid, you can rinse it. I'm going to just rinse it real fast for you. If I'm making a bean soup, I'm going to, if you're making a bean soup or something, I would use the liquid. But if you're not making a bean soup, you can just drain that liquid by, you know, running some cool water through it. And then you have nice, clean beans. My favorite beans are Eden. And the reason I love them so much, BPA-free can, they're certified organic, but I also love, you're good. I'm totally in. I don't even know what you said. I'm totally fine. Welcome. Be here. Enjoy it. I also love that they don't add salt. They cook with seaweed. So they put wakame in their beans. And it's old school. They're probably the most expensive canned beans, but the cleanest, healthiest, certified organic. I love them. They've been around forever. Eden. And I believe they're still privately owned. I believe they are. I don't think they ever sold out. So now I'm going to add a tiny, tiny bit of salt. I don't need a lot. Then if you don't like chili powder, you don't have to use it. You can just use a little cumin. And cumin, what I normally do to make that like Mexican flavor is cumin and chili powder. So if you like Kimberly, you don't like to use, you don't want the pepper from the chili powder, just put a little cumin, a little garlic, a little salt. You'll be totally fine with that. Now watch, this is so fun. I love this. So I'm going to mash this up, and then that's it. Just going to mash it just like this. So now look at this. You got beans, right? Now you're going to get your tortilla. I like having a little more substance than just having, chicken or an animal protein. So, now if kids, you can stop right here for vegetarian. If you've got a vegetarian at your house for dinner, or one of your kids wants to be vegetarian or plant-based, you can just Make your black beans tortilla, add corn, peppers, green, red onion, all the fun things, which I would normally do, but I wasn't planning on making quesadillas. It just popped into my head, right? Then you can take a little shredded chicken. This is like a nice quick snack, right? You're hungry, the kids come home from school, they're famished. I bet you if you put a chicken quesadilla in front of them, they're going to be so freaking happy that they're not going to grab the junk food because they got this. Then I have my Mexican cheese. There's like 3 cheeses in here. We'll just put this right over. And your cheese always becomes the glue, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't eat this whole thing. Once I put the guacamole and the salsa and the sour cream, I'm all in. Okay, so now we're going to just kind of glue that down. Let's get our little hot plate. Let's cook that up. So you see, once you have this portioned, the hard part is portioning it. So finish that work before you put that in the refrigerator. And now you have food, snack, lunch, a quick dinner. This is a great thing to have for the weekends because now you get to, you can cook one chicken and then mess with it all weekend long and you don't have to think about it, right? From this, I'm going to show you guys like a barbecue chicken sandwich. Are you ready? So let's hook this up and let me show you barbecue chicken. Now, I gave you the barbecue sauce recipe, my favorite recipe for barbecue sauce. I already have it made. I always have barbecue sauce in my house made. I make it myself. I gave you my recipe. It'll be in the mix. Here's our rice. It's cooking away. We're gonna just sear this. We're gonna flip it over and do the chicken, this side first. Chef, for quesadillas, is flour tortillas better than the corn ones? Lumac, I can't eat the flour tortillas, and I think, like I would find things like Maria Ricardo or the Sete ones, the SEIT something, because they don't have wheat in them. But if you can find a clean tortilla, that's great. I generally serve Maria Ricardo tortillas. And then look, the almond flour ones they have for gluten-free. These are wonderful. These happen to be gluten-free, the Mission ones. They're pretty, they don't have great ingredients, but that's all I could get when I was looking for tortillas one day. Hold on now. Watch this. We're going to just flip this sucker over and drop it on the hot plate. I'm just going to sear that puppy. And what you could do is drop like the grill on there and let it just cook. Oh, look at that bad boy. He's right there. Okay, now, so that would be my answer. We have one in Minnesota called Stacy's. Stacy's are the best tortillas in the market. If you have those, I would use those, hands down. We actually have them at the shop too, and I buy those. They're just a 10-inch, so they're a little smaller than what we use at work, in the deli. But those are fabulous. I'm going to flip this over. Look, see? Look at that bad boy. All right, now, let's take a little... Let's take a little chicken, and I'm going to show you how I make my barbecue. It's so simple. It's so quick. And like I said, the minute you get all that chicken done, then it's, as always, as I always say to you guys, the time is in the prep. If you break it down, if you do stuff, you know, when you get your food in the house, you know, that's the best way to do it. All right, our rice is ready. I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to put a little bit of, I use a little soy-free earth balance for this because my daughter has had so many allergies that we save this just for this rice. I'm going to put like 2 teaspoons in. And then we mix it up here with a fluffy fork, a big fat fork. And then I put the cover back on, and you get like a sticky rice. Sticky rice, sticky rice. All right, there you go. And you just let that sit. Welcome. You could be a friend and a member. I love it. See? We're doing good. A nice quick treat. Hi, Gail. Making a few recipes. That's it. All right, now we're gonna, so our rice is cooking. And then we're gonna add a little bit of my favorite ever barbecue sauce. I've been making this barbecue sauce forever. It's delicious, it's easy. You have it in the recipe vault now. There's over 600 recipes in there. Look at that. This is my husband's favorite. Now, what I do with this, I'll show you what I do. We're gonna heat this up. But before we heat this, right, we're going to take, oh, I wish I had those Stacy's tortillas. I do have the corn tortillas. And I also have here from Sammy's Bakery. Let me see if I have a tortilla for this. Oh, I did. Okay. We need blue cheese, dressing. Do I have blue cheese? I do. Oh, we are all set for this. Okay, so we got it. So let's take this off. Let me just flip it one more time. Let me see, is he good? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to add a little cheese on this side so it stays together. I make everything so easy. It's the prep. I'm telling you, it's so the prep. All right. All right, now we are going to take some celery. Let me just wash them off real fast. All right. Now, where's my knife? Where's my knife? Here it is. Nice crispy celery. I'm just going to, I like to peel the strings off the celery, so if I'm serving it, I don't know, I think it eats better, if that makes sense to everybody. I mean, kids can easily choke on the strings, so, and it makes it a little softer to chew. Those ribs are like, eh. There we go. They're pulling off. All right, now, for barbecue chicken, I want to have that nice crunch in my wrap, you know? So what I do is I cut it on the bias and I try and cut it nice and thin. Look, see how thin that is? Because then when you're chewing it, it's sort of the length of the chicken, the shredded chicken, but it's also thin so it doesn't feel like the texture is completely off. So we're just gonna chop this, and we are not going to cook this. We're just gonna put it in the sandwich raw. Now I know, June, you don't like celery, so you're not gonna do this part, but you could do lettuce. If you want. All right. This guy is definitely ready. Cheese is melted. Look at that. He's ready. We're going to put this over here. We'll drop him here. We'll cut him. We'll put him on a tray. And we'll look at him in a minute. Let me get my serving dish. This is great. Look at this gorgeous. Look at this gorgeous quesadilla. There you go. Crispy. You heard the crisp. Now, that's a mighty big quesadilla, you know? Now I know everybody, we can eat all of this for sure, but add guacamole, add a little salsa, add a little sour cream, add a nice big yummy salad, and look at that. Appetizer, you know, a light lunch. Right? Look at that. So pretty. Of course I'll try it. Mmm. Mmm. That's good. So yummy. Simple. You didn't have to use a ton of chicken. Use like less than an ounce. You've got a great snack with a nice salad. You know, you want a light dinner at night. On the weekends, you want a nice light lunch or something, or you know, just a snack, bring it to a friend's. Recipe 1. Now, we're going to heat up this barbecue chicken. It's the same, right? We're doing the same rotisserie chicken, and now you have a whole barbecued sandwich, and it's like it's totally different. Right? Now this is how I would do this if it's a wrap, right? I would heat this just like this, right? Get it nice and warm. And while this is warming, I'm going to take my tortillas. Now, if you like cheese, do you guys like cheese on a barbecued? Do you guys eat cheese on barbecue? I don't think so, right? It's not something I think I would do. But I don't know, some people might like it. You could melt cheese here if you want, right? Yes? You got a yes? Uh-oh, we got ourselves a puzzle piece. I haven't left the front of this camera, I don't think, more than one time already. How's my friends doing? Ooh. Hi guys, welcome in. We chopped up a rotisserie chicken, and now I'm making all different things. Like, what can you make with a rotisserie chicken left, you know, for meals? And we're just going through it. You know, if you're cooking for one, that's great. Now, you have 2 cups of rotisserie chicken. You can make an enchilada bake, which we're going to make. You know, 1 to 2 cups makes a chicken salad. Smaller pieces and odds and ends like we had before, you could make fried rice with that. There'll be a recipe in here. There's 25 pages tonight. Packing lunch, make chicken Caesar salad wrap. You could make the chicken, you could bring all those pieces with you. You could bring your wrap, your Caesar dressing, which I gave you a Caesar dressing, and for my dairy-free peeps, it's a dairy-free one, but you could always, you know, do regular cheese. So, and then chop up your romaine lettuce, put all that together, eat it as a salad, or just go right to, or you could just, so I'm going to put this right on top, just so the tortilla gets a little, soft. Now, if you like cheese on this, we're gonna put blue cheese for my people. Here, there you go. Now we're kind of gluing it. We're gonna make curry chicken, Thea. Curry chicken with some Greek yogurt. All right, now we're gonna take this, flip it over. Oh, I didn't do too bad, right? We got a nice warm tortilla. I'm gonna add my celery. If you don't like celery, add lettuce. If you don't like lettuce, I don't know what you want to add. Don't add anything. Add cheese, add coleslaw. And then I have Marie's blue cheese here tonight, which I like it. It's not bad. You can make your own blue cheese. I have blue cheese dressing recipes in the vault in other places. Look, then you're going to put your blue cheese over it. And now you've got this gorgeous sort of yummy, delicious, breaking it up wrap. But look, right? Crunchy, delicious, a little blue cheese. You take that with a salad. What else do you need? You come home, you don't feel like going crazy. Your kids will love it. Quick dinner, homemade, delicious, quick for back to school. You get the 411. Would you guys make dishes like this? Yes. Remember what we talked about the other day, components, right? Every week, make a couple of sauces and dressings. Have one or two for the week, whatever you're going to decide. Then, maybe this week we're going to do chicken. Maybe we buy 2 rotisserie chickens, and then we sit there and we go to, you put some of it in the freezer, and then, next week you have taco night or quesadilla night. The week after you make a chicken pot pie. You see, you can do so much with a rotisserie chicken. Take some with you for lunch, right? Hold on. All right, we're going to save this one for Superfan night. And then this is Superfan. I have chicken fried rice here too. Ooh, that's Superfan. Now that I made rice. All right, so for Superfan night tonight, we're leaving around 9, and we're just going to be for Superfans, and we're going to do chicken fried rice and a chicken enchilada bake. But now, let's try. I have a flatbread. We did the buffalo chicken wrap. I have a buffalo chicken dip. You guys want to see that? We talked about our chicken Caesar. I'm not doing that. I've got like 10 recipes here. It's kind of crazy. What else we got? Buffalo chicken dip. Yum. We got a buffalo chicken a barbecue chicken flatbread. We got a crock pot chicken bone broth. Oh, I can do that with you guys right now. Let's do that. Homemade red enchilada sauce. Curry chicken. Let's do that. This will be our last recipe for tonight. And then we'll switch over to the So you have homemade barbecue. I gave you a Caesar salad dressing. Let me see what else is in here. All these are recipes. I gave you Caesar salad. I gave you dairy-free dressing, homemade buffalo style hot sauce. You got curry chicken. Oh, these are repeats. Those are all repeats. All right, good. Got a lot of recipes here. So if you're here for the first time or you're just getting to know me, I'm Chef Liz. I've been cooking for 40 years. Studied with Anne-Marie Colbin, learned the relationship of food and healing. I've been working 22 years in Nature's Temptations, cooking for the neighborhood. And I really spend my time here in this space talking about and working with you guys on the relationship of food and healing. How can you make delicious food, not feel like you're overwhelmed, and then you and easy, right? And it's healthy and clean and delicious. So we have our schedule comes out every month. And you can download it on the Book of Face, or you can, go to the link in the bio and join our recipe vault, or download a free premium pantry makeover. There's GLP-1 help. There's Vital Sips. There's all kinds of freebies in there. And all you got to do is put your email in, and you'll get on our email list. And we email this at the end of every month, so you have the class list, and it's fabulous. Oh, there's my services right there. And then, what else? Oh, we have shirts, we have mugs, we have all the things to be part of our community. The YT has all of our replays. We just load them up so you can watch them. And then YT has the replays. Book of Face has a really fun community. We're in there kind of supporting each other and sharing recipes that we cook. It's lots of fun. We have lots of fun. And we have lots of goals tonight. Come on, baby. There we go. Yay! All right. All things the organic food movement. If you haven't dropped your heart meat, go right ahead. Love, like, repost, share, chat. Keep the chat rolling. You're working on stuff as we speak. Love you, Tyler. Hi, Annette. How are you tonight? Nice to see you. All right. So, curry chicken salad, last one of the night. This is simple. I don't make a big deal over this because there's no reason to. You can make a really delicious, yummy salad, and it's easy and delicious. It's a little mayo, a little yogurt. We're going to put some scallion in there for some texture. Again, when I make this, I like to, everybody wake up. I love to, I like a scallion, anything curried. All right, so we're going to cut this. And we're going to kind of cut it a little fine, a little thin, because we want it sort of to melt in and create flavor, but not that you want it to be creamy and the texture to be sort of the same. So I want to cut this. Thank you, Kimberly. Hey, I'm back. Mom fridge just went out. Oh, isn't that great? We love that, right? All right. So now we have this nice, right? So we made a quesadilla. We made a little barbecue chicken wrap. Now let's make a little curry chicken salad. Again, you want something a little different. You love the different flavors. You're going to add a little bit of scallion. I added like a half a scallion in here. I'm going to put a little salt. I mean, little bit, like not even a 1/16 of a spoon. I'm going to add some curry. Right? That stinks. I don't like when those things happen. Always on the fritz, right? We're going to add a little bit of mayo. Maybe like 2 tablespoons. Tablespoon and a half. I'm going to add a little, I don't have any dairy yogurt, but I do have some cocoa June, so I'm going to use that, and it's high protein. So I'm just going to add like another tablespoon of that. And then we're going to mix it. Let's whisk it. Let's whisk it up. Whisk it up. Ooh, look at that. That gives us a nice base. Right? Now, see that? Cocoa June yogurt. It's coconut-based yogurt, and it's absolutely delicious. If you can't have dairy, I highly recommend Cocoa June. It's Greek-style cultured coconut yogurt. It's fabulous. Fabulous. All right, let's taste that for curry. Now, a lot of people think, a lot of people will say, oh, it doesn't have, it's not, you know, if you're mixing your own curries, that's fine. But I have a curry powder here. It has coriander, turmeric, mustard, and a few other things in it. But you see how it's like very yellow because it's got the turmeric in it. You don't need this to be crazy yellow to have the flavor of curry. I noticed even in my kitchen, I had to kind of put a stop to that because, you know, they were adding more curry powder than they needed. And it just over curries. Curry goes a long way. And as this marries into the chicken, meaning if once I put this in and overnight, it sort of kind of marries itself, you don't want to get it to a point where it's so curry that you can't eat it. And the flavors, I'm telling you, they're very strong, very powerful. So you want to just tread lightly, and you know, a little curry goes a very long way. All right, so we're going to get this in here. We're probably going to use about a cup, maybe a cup and a half. Right? Maybe I'll put this in a bigger bowl. Okay, that's gross. All right. Look at that. Let me just put this in here. Ooh, that looks so good. Now, you could also make, you know, regular, like sometimes I just love a little mayonnaise on my chicken and make a little chicken salad. Sending out cooking class recipes for this Sunday. Ooh, who's going? Who's going? We have plenty of seats. It's 5 ingredient. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. And now you could top this. You could make a beautiful salad with this and add like a cucumber, or here, let me show you. Yes, guys, if you really enjoy my cooking classes and you haven't experienced us on a Zoom class, it's very fun. You learn a lot. You can book a seat in the LANK of the BIO. Go see my friend Stan, and you can book a class. We have them set up through September, and by the end of this month, I'll have the rest of the year set. But look, watch this. Let's make this look gorgeous. So yeah, if you like cooking classes, everybody that's here can tell you they're really wonderful. You have a really good time. And you learn a lot, and we don't have all the scroll and all the crazy, so it's nice. We get to just be together, you know? Thank you, Robin. All right, so I Like Organic Girl. They've been cleared of no issues with Cyclospora, so I've been using this with no issues. So look, let's build a beautiful plate with chicken salad. So I put a little spinach, right? And then I think, oh good, I have a cucumber. I think a cucumber might be really nice. And then this is a local, oh, what is that? Okay. Alrighty then. We'll just do a little skinning on my own here. I'm just gonna stripe it. All right. This is a really nice way to do a beautiful salad for yourself. If you like curry and you enjoy those flavors, look, we'll just put these around. I have a little lime here. Remember, you kind of lean into it and break it up, get those crackly knees. And then we're gonna just have a little lime wedge. Like that. Now, look at this beautiful dish. Now, if you have a little red pepper, you can do that. Look, we'll throw our onion on here, our little scallion. We put our lime. I like the mono color of this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then if you want to add a little tiny bit of color here, you can do that. Let me see. All this from one rotisserie chicken. I know, right, Kyle? Like, how many people are going to go out and buy a rotisserie chicken tomorrow night? Listen, all of these recipes are in my recipe vault, right at the link in my bio. It's $5, less than a cup of coffee in a drive-through, right? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Look. Hi, Rosalind. Right? Come on, little curry chicken. Look, and you still have a little bit left over. It's gorgeous. I know. But see, this is what you want to do, right? And look at how much chicken we still have to get through. There's a whole chicken breast left. There's a bucket here of chicken. I mean, when you start to think about this, right? So look, for those of you who just got here, we're talking about how do you work with a rotisserie chicken and make it into all different things. So far, we made a chicken and black bean quesadilla, right? We made a barbecue chicken sandwich, chicken wrap. Woo! With celery. And we made it chicken salad. So basically, we've made 3 lunches so far. On a pound and, what did we say? 1 3/4 pounds of chicken. Yeah, less than 30 minutes, right? So if you think about it, right? we've chatted a lot. I've been on for almost an hour and a half. And the first bit was just pulling the chicken and chatting. But once you pull that chicken, the rest comes easy. The rest comes nice and easy. It's just easy. All right, let's move on. For my peeps, now is the time to say goodbye to all our family. I'm going to move on to the next half of this. Stick the curry chicken in a pita too. Exactly. I mean, you have, I don't even know, 10 or 12 options, not that many. I think you've got like a lot of options. You've got enchilada sauce, you've got rotisserie chicken bake, chicken fried rice, chicken flatbread. I gave you barbecue sauce, chicken Caesar wrap, buffalo chicken dip, chicken crock pot bone broth. So all these bones, I can't do this tonight. I realize I have somebody coming in the morning and I'm not here to take it out. So when I get home tomorrow, when I wake up, probably when I get home tomorrow, I'll have to do it. But I'm going to make a nice chicken stock out of that. And then I have all this other, hey Ruby, and then I have all this other food to make. But look at how beautiful this is. All on one rotisserie chicken. And if you think about it, okay, maybe the family ate one piece, this whole chicken breast. We still have all of this to make a fried rice and an enchilada bake. It's super easy. We're about to do that now in the Superfan. So don't forget, we are everywhere, the organic food movement. I've been cooking for a very long time, and I'm here teaching. I don't even know. I know we have 4 classes a week, plus 3 classes a week, plus I go live at work, and Thursday nights I go live. Tuesday nights we're trying to come up with some fun idea to do. I have some ideas. I got to run them by Tyler. So I'm on usually 5 to 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week when I'm not writing ebooks or cooking. Oh, really? So I should wear the mic? That's better. All right, so from here on in, that's it. Microphone. That's probably a good idea. Because sometimes it doesn't sound very good, right? All right, my friends. Are you guys ready? Anybody have any questions before we switch over? Thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. It was nice to see everybody. Thank you. Hi, Sue. So nice to see you. You're always here in the class. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. That's so nice that you stop by almost every time I'm on here. I love it. Thank you so much. I will see you guys all soon. We are on again for a class on Wednesday morning. Thanks, guys. Bye. I pray. Ruby, thanks for my heart. Hi, Strike. Hi, Star. Blah, blah. Hi, Char Strike. Have a good night. All right, guys. Oh my God, the dog is back. My little monster. Easy, easy, easy. Here we go. All right. Thank you all for being here tonight. You can continue on if you're a super fan. If you're not a super fan, you can become a super fan. If you want a collection of the recipes that were on tonight, you can go to the LINK and the BIO, and you can join the recipe vault, and all the recipes are there for your cooking pleasure. Hi, campgrounds. Come on, man. Want to say goodbye to everybody? Come here. I want to say goodbye to everybody. Mr. Romania. Say goodbye. Don't look at the food. Bye. Say bye, everybody. Hey, campgrounds. How's it going? We're just about to switch into Superfans. We just have about an hour of class left, and it'll be lovely. All right, let me turn my oven on. We got our rice. We'll make a little fried rice, too. All right, let me move this out of the way and Superfan it up. All right, beautiful. Yay. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. Yay. Thanks for being here. Hi, guys. All right. Here we go. You ready? Everybody ready? All my super fans here. Have a wonderful night. All the rest of my non-super fans, I love you. I will see you guys Wednesday morning for sure. We have our class. It is Wednesday morning. We are doing mast cell activation. It's gonna be intense. There is a lot of good information. All right, hold please. Let me do this. Ready? Here we go. Nope, super fan. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Fan club zone. Super fan only live. Here we go. We are switching. Switch. All right. We are now in super fan. Adapt yourself. I know. That happens. It happens. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Superfan. I mean, this dog today is out of his mind. Needy little thing, isn't he? Hi, Gal. Dude, you gotta relax, pal. You gotta relax. Chillax, baby. Here. All right. Goodbye. Nothing's going on. Nothing to see here. You want more of Aunt Kimberly's cherry cookies? Here. Small one each. Oh! That's it. Goodbye. Okay. Ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. Let's do our bake. These are so easy, right? So we have two things we're gonna do. We'll do a little fried rice because we have the rice, and we'll do a little bit of, and I'll show you the enchilada base. But first, let's make our enchilada sauce. Thank you, Luann. Thank you so much. Little baby kisses. All right. We have the enchilada sauce, so we're gonna make that. I don't have tomato paste, I have a little tomato sauce. So let's make that first. And I'll show you how I make that. It's pretty easy, and and I like this because it's quick. And you know, when you're making enchiladas, to have that little bit of red sauce, I like to make it fresh. I don't like to make it. I don't buy it in a can, or I'm not into that. So I'll show you how I make a quick enchilada sauce. It's not hard. Let me put this over here. It's not hard, and it goes quite fast. So instead of tomato paste, I have a little tomato sauce, which is fine because I don't have the chicken stock, so it'll be saucy with the tomato sauce. It'll be fine. You got to improvise. That's the best. If you can improvise and not, hey Roxy, thanks for the heart, me. I appreciate that. This is a diced tomato, and let me see. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's all spices. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water to that. If you have chicken stock, even better. Let me see, do I have any chicken stock? I might not. No, okay, it's fine. I don't really need it. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so now for spices, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just about a tablespoon. We're gonna add some chili powder. Cumin. A little bit more. I love that. A little dried oregano. I like that combination of chili powder, cumin, and oregano. It really sort of pops any type of like Mexican food. I love those flavors together. That's pretty much my secret base to my chili, turkey chili. And I've been cooking that forever. And people love, love, love it. I mean, we sell vats of that. All right. And then oregano, onion, garlic powder, a little bit of garlic powder. I'm measuring my teaspoon just like this. A little lime juice. We can finish that when it comes off the stove. Now I'm going to just use my immersion blender. Just to break up your, I had diced tomato here. So we're gonna just put this together. We'll dice it and then we'll simmer this pot and then we'll be ready. Thanks for the heart, love it. Come on, get through. There we go. Now, what's nice about this is it's going to be a casserole, so all of this stuff will just bake all up. I'm just going to bring this to a quick simmer, just so it just kind of blends the flavors just a little bit while we're mixing all the rest of the food. I'm going to do it on low, and then I'm going to take some of our rice. I'm going to leave some for later for our fried rice, and then I'm going to take the rest and build our thing. Now look at this rice. You see that? It's very fluffy, very nice. It makes like a sticky rice. It's just like a sticky rice. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a fluffy, sticky rice. All right, so I'm gonna put some of this in the pot here. This will be for our fried rice in a little bit. Our chicken fried rice. Now it's good. I'm gonna see, let me see if I can cool this down in the fridge for a few minutes, because it's always nice to do, it's always good to do a fried rice with, you know, like the day after, or cool down rice. So if you know you're gonna make a chicken fried rice or any kind of fried rice, I like to do that. I like to do that with cold rice, because then you get that fried texture. You know, it gets kind of crispy. All right, so now I'm gonna make it right in this pot, because I don't feel like dirtying yet another pot. So I'm gonna take my leftover beans. That was the rest of my 15-ounce can of beans, right? I mean, does it get better than this? Then I'm gonna take my shredded chicken and I'm gonna mix it in. Now we still have all of this. So I don't really need to use that. I can use that for our chicken fried rice. So I'm gonna use all the rest of this. Now, if you like corn, you could add corn to this. If you like to have peppers, you could add mixed peppers to this. I'm gonna add the rest of my cheese that's there. But look at this beautiful mix of food. Right now, when our enchilada sauce gets done, we are just gonna mix that all in here with the cheese, throw it in our casserole, and we've made a chicken casserole dish. Now, you could even do this. You could even do this with, you know, the day of, like, you know, you made dinner and you pulled the chicken, you have a little extra energy, get everything set up the night before. You know, make your quesadilla, maybe not cook it, maybe just set it up. You could do that. Maybe you're, hold on, let me just, not this one. All right, that's warming up. Let's get everything. So you get what I'm saying? Like there's so many ways. Like you could even just put this whole thing together. Maybe you made chicken and rice for the first night, like your rotisserie chicken, you made chicken and rice. And then maybe you made 94,000. Yeah, baby, let's go. What do we need? Just that to get our fragment? We could do that. That's easy. Piece of cake. Thank you, sisters. All right. So we're gonna just put a little Earl in the pan. I got some avocado oil here. You see, we could just make this now and get it out of the way. You don't have to bake it off tonight. You could put this, you know, you could set all this up. It freezes fabulous. This is an easy dish to freeze. So for my freezer friends, this is a game changer, right? Because you're busy, you want something later in the week, you know, maybe one night is going to be sports night and you need something that's going to, you know, take you through the end of the week and you know it's going to be busy. Make this casserole. You're done. The kids are going to love this. Now, I'm going to add a little cheese in here. I'm going to save the rest of it for the top, but I'm going to add the cheese. And now we're going to mix in the sauce. Look at that. You got cheese, beans, I mean, everything kids love. And if they don't love beans, they'll get over it. They won't even notice them. Look, I'm going to pour all this right in here. Mix it up with my professional mixing fork. If my crew did this, I'd be like, oh, guys, they made a tool for this thing, and it isn't a fork. All right, you see, look. Look at that. Pour that right in here. Look at how much that just grew. Make a big salad, make guacamole, serve it with some tortilla chips. You see where I'm going? And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful meal. Now, if you were gonna freeze this, I wouldn't put the cheese on top, okay? I would bake it first and then come back and melt the cheese. But look at that. You have this beautiful casserole, Mexican casserole, a baked chicken enchilada casserole. Now, you could, if you wanted to, I feel cheese coming out. You could, if you wanted to, roll these in corn tortillas and then lay them down, right? But I didn't feel like doing that. Now, you could, if you wanted to, I do have the corn tortillas. You could take them, chop them up, right? And add them to the top so you get that like corn flavor, right? Or you could serve these when you make this and you can roll it as you eat it. Yeah, we're gonna make crema for it, for sure, when you serve it. Right? And then you're just gonna bake it off. Now, if you're not gonna serve, I'm gonna bring this to work tomorrow probably, so I can bake this off while we're making our fried rice. And you're done. Look how fast that is. What did that take us? 10 minutes, right? Everything's made. You got your rice made, you got a can of black beans, you've got what do you call it? Oh my God. Oh, I forgot an ingredient. Who knows what I forgot? A lime juice. But I got this. So when I serve it, did you jump the fun? I missed what you jumped. What did you jump? All right. Let's make fried rice. You ready? First, we gotta where'd I put my cutting board? That's weird. Oh, it's got the food on it. All right. Taking a carrot. Now, fried rice is fun. It's super easy. You know, once you have your rice made, you got your chicken. We're going to cut up some carrots. They smell so fresh. Wow. I haven't smelled a fresh carrot like this in a really long time. I don't know why. You know what I've noticed for myself? I'm not really a big carrot fan. I think I like carrot juice more than I like to eat a carrot. Is that weird? I don't know. All right, so I'm cutting my carrots. And you could put anything in this. You could put shiitake mushroom. You could put celery. You could put, you know, be creative. Whatever you love to make, put in here, just be creative. Don't just stick to what I'm doing. Do things that your family enjoys. Do things that, you know, inspire you to want to cook. All right, we did our enchilada. We have our curry chicken. Here's our chicken fried rice. So I have in here yellow onion, but I'm gonna use, sorry, June. Is June here tonight? I don't know. I didn't see her. Is she still here, or is she done for the night? A nice glazed carrot. Yes, that's you. Hi, June. I'm totally messing with the recipe tonight. It's not anything that you're gonna read. Just for you. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just get all the vegetables ready. I'm gonna do peas. So we'll get a little peas out. I'll put them in a little bowl for us. We're gonna do some egg. I think I'm not a fan of fried rice. You're working? Oh, so you can listen while you work. Oh, that's right, at night you work. I miss you, June. Shh. All right, I'm putting my peas away. So we have peas, carrots. We're gonna do a little scallion. Oh, and you know what else we have? Remember what we made the other day? Who remembers? We have our ginger and then our little, where's our little bucket, our little square of ginger? Did it make it or did it? I know my husband's not eating that square of ginger. Oh, I see it. Perfect. Look, remember when we prepped? Remember when we prepped our little bit of ginger? I still have it. So let's go. Smells fresh. Look at that, you see? You see? It works. Ouch. So we have ginger, peas. We're gonna do 2 eggs. And let's cut up a little bit of chicken. Here we have a little chicken. Oh, I have my rice. Okay. I was like, oh no, I used all my rice, but I didn't. Look, so we're gonna cut our chicken. Right? And I'm cutting it really small dice. See, little pieces. And look, guys, I still have this big chicken breast. It's still here. That's unbelievable, right? June, did you just send up fireworks? Thank you. Even though I'm messing with the recipe, I love you for that. Look, you still have that beautiful piece of chicken breast, you know? That's amazing to me. We made a lot of food and a lot of servings, you know? Well, maybe not, but it feels, this is a lot of food to me. Like, we have that curry chicken salad. You know, we've made 4 different things. Exactly, Pri. And, you know, it might, like, you know, you've got 2 people eating this, right? You and your husband might eat this. So it's like, well, maybe one of you wants curry chicken and one of you wants the quesadilla. Or, you know, you're both going to eat the curry chicken. There's still more curry chicken in here. That's a nice little lunch, you know? You add some fruit salad, a piece of fruit, an apple, or something where you're, you know, it builds on the fiber. And it's like, oh, I don't just have to have chicken. I can eat that big. And remember what I always tell you guys, nutrient-dense food goes a long, long, long way, right? When you start eating like this, you're gonna see, it's like, oh, I didn't even need to eat so much, right, Pri? Like my crew would add to that Tajin or paprika. Yes. I've seen that. We have my kitchen. They smuggled that into my kitchen. I was like, what is that? My crew smuggled that jar in. All right. So, okay. So look at this with our bowl of rice. Hold on. Look. Now, if you want, I have peas, right? We're going to have rice. We're going to use tomorrow. I'm going to use, you know, my favorite, coconut aminos. We'll use a toasted sesame oil, because that's so freaking delicious. You can add a little rice vinegar to that, right? And let's get our coconut aminos, because you can never have enough of that. So now, if you want to add mushrooms, celery, I don't know, you want yellow onion, you could do anything to create a beautiful lunch or meal. You see how this is? Like, you don't need a lot of chicken. You just need a bunch of vegetables with your you can also, if you want, you could even chop up some spinach in here if you wanted to, or I don't know, asparagus or anything like that is going to work. And I think that this is I just think this is a great way to use what you have, and all you had to do is spend 15 minutes in cleanup, like have somebody else clean the dishes and stuff after a rotisserie chicken dinner, and then you just chop, or somebody, give that job to someone. Buy 2 rotisserie chickens, bean sprouts in the rice. Yep. You could even put a bean in here if you wanted to. You could put a mung bean, an adzuki bean. Adzuki bean in this would be unfreaking believable. All right, now we're going to use my new favorite pot. Let's use the caraway pot, because it's my new favorite. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, because the carrots, I didn't cook them first. Now, in the recipe, it's going to tell you to scramble the egg and put it on the side. I'm not doing that. I'm going to scramble the egg in this pot as we go. You'll see. All right, so we're going to get this warm, right? And we're going to give it a little time to get warm. Let's see how our chicken enchilada's doing. Oh, it smells so freaking good. Look. Look at that. Yeah, the hubby gets to pull the chicken. That's fine. He could do that. That's his job. But that means you're going to have to do the dishes. See, I'd rather pull the chicken. Look, and the corn chips they're like little corn chips on top now. They're like crunchy. And it gives it that like corn flavor. Look at how pretty that is. I mean, this is a lot of food on one rotisserie chicken. Do you see how cool that is? I mean, I think that's just unbelievable. All right, this is nice and warm. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of toasted sesame oil, and I want to start the carrots first. You're going to take a little extra time because they're raw, so I want to get them in the pot first. Now, you won't eat it? Yeah, because it's too much work, or it will freak you out. I totally understand. I get where you're coming from. But look at that beautiful. So, I mean, when you see all the food that we made for this class, it's like you said, Pri, it's kind of hard to believe that you got one See, and how many of us buy a rotisserie chicken or even roast a chicken, and it sits in the fridge, and you're like, damn it, how did I not, it'll freak you out. How did I not do something with it? Right? And now here, we did all of this. Posted video, rotisserie chicken before then, all the recipes for rotisserie chicken after. Oh, you mean like show what I did? I could do that. Now, imagine if you brought home if you have a big family and, you brought home 2 chickens and then you made all of this food. Like, you could make 2 chicken casseroles, throw them in the freezer. You could You could shred your chicken and make like, and you know, throw that in the freezer, bag it up, or put it in a container and put it in for like barbecue chicken or your curry chicken salad, and you just pull it out as needed. Look at all the food you made. I know. I totally get it. So I just want to get this going a few minutes ahead of time, just so the carrots start to get a little soft. I'm going to put a cover on it. You have so many recipes that we didn't even do. We didn't do the chicken Caesar salad. Look, I have this whole half a chicken. It's the whole breast. Let's weigh it. I gotta know. I'm thinking 7 to 8, maybe 10 ounces. Could it be that much? 10, 20? No, it won't be that much. But I feel like it will be. Hold on, where did I put my... Anybody see the scale? I got so much stuff. Oh, there's even a flatbread in here that I did, that you have a recipe for. Oh, here it is. Found it. I gotta know. My little kitchen scale. That's your guess is 8? Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be cooked. Oh, I did take the center out and added it to our chicken, so. And drum roll, please, or tat. It's 6.4 ounces. But I don't know about you guys, but there's no way I could ever eat that much chicken. I couldn't do it. I couldn't eat a whole chicken breast. Now, some people could. No judgment here. I'm just saying, for me, what I'm going to do with this is shred it, because my husband likes the shredded chicken more. I can make the barbecue chicken sandwiches for him. He might like, I'm going to let him try this tonight. He might eat the fried rice. Okay, so this is ready. So now I'm going to add, watch how fast this goes. So now I'm going to add the carrots, because remember, everything else is ready, right? Now I'm adding in the ginger. You could add fresh garlic if you wanted to too. If you want to get that in. Oh my God, this smells unbelievable. All right. Now we're going to add in the chicken. And now I'm going to scramble the egg. Then we're going to add the rice. Then we'll add all the flavor. Then we'll add the rice. Look at that. All the ginger's going all over. I'm going to add the peas in last, right? So now, what did I say I was going to do next? Flavor. Oh, scramble the eggs. Hello. Okay. I'm going to scramble it real fast. Look at that. I have to tell you something, guys. This is a great breakfast for your kids. Just saying. You want to give them a fun breakfast in the morning where they, have something good to eat. Healthy, satisfying. My PCOS peeps with the, this is, look, I'll put my peas in. This is going to balance your blood sugar. I know I would use brown rice if you need it, if you needed to, but look, chicken fried rice. Look at this. Now, let's get the, look at this giant bowl of food. Did you see how fast we just put this together? Hold on, I want to take a picture. I feel like it needs a picture. All right, now let's make our dressing. We're going to take coconut amino. We're going to do a little rice vinegar, a splash. Oh! Now I'm going to just taste that. That's done. That's all you need. You could put a little honey if you wanted to, but look at that. Two hours. Look at the food we made. Who knew? Who knew? Did you know? All right, I'm shutting that off. Now remember, that little bit of acid, that acidulation, makes all the difference. It really makes a huge difference when you add a little bit of acid to your food. It really pops the flavor. You could do this with pork. You could do this with, but see, this is rotisserie chicken. Shrimp. This is good. This is a must. A must, I tell you. Yes, that is true. I should give this to, I should take this clip and use it for Caraway. Listen, if you look, I want you to see this too with Caraway. Nothing stuck to the pot. It's so easy to clean. We made this delicious dinner. Oh my God. Guys, this is my favorite. I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's good. It's really good. I'm very hot. Caraway, Chef Liz in the order. You get a little extra love. I think they're on sale again. Oh my God. I want to see this. Do you have sesame seeds? I do. The thing is, am I going to find them? I found them. A little black sesame seed. There you go. There you go. I mean, guys, come on. How fun was this tonight? All right, let me get this. Let me pull this. I love this little machine. This machine is amazing. My pantry's huge. It is. I keep going back into that room, don't I? And look, we haven't even finished. I have this whole chicken breast left and all of these bones. I have my crock pot ready to go tomorrow when I get home from work. I'm throwing it in because then I'm home on Wednesday. I can take it out in the morning. And then I have a beautiful stock I can cook with. All right, so look at this. I mean, this is delicious. Honestly, I didn't expect this to be so good. And let me tell you something. If you have all of this ready, it is nothing to make this for your kids in the morning before they go to school. They will lose their minds and their blood sugar will stay steady. They won't be going crazy in the classroom. They won't be losing their minds. They'll be calm. They'll be relaxed. They'll be fed and nourished. You could even make this at night and then warm it up for them and let them eat it in the car on the way. Yeah, chicken is very versatile. Absolutely. And look, we have a whole chicken breast still. Chicken Caesar wrap. I don't know, a chicken Caesar salad. All right, let's look at all our pretty food. I mean, one chicken, one rotisserie chicken made all of this food. So if you think about it, had my husband and I eaten that one chicken breast, usually when I make a roast chicken for my family, we go through like a chicken breast and a leg. That's it for the three of us. Because, you know, I'll make mashed potatoes, asparagus, and you know, I give everybody a salad, the three of us a salad. So it's like, you don't need a lot because you're eating all the other things, you know, and you don't, when you, like I've said 1,000 times, and I'm going to repeat myself till it's like second nature to you. When you have a nutrient dense meal, you don't need to eat as much. What is the cocoa aminos? So cocoa aminos is, let me show you the bottle. It's a marinade and sauce, and it's gluten-free, and it has the flavor. It's got coconut blossom nectar, water, and some sea salt. That's it. And it's like it has that umami flavor. That's the best way to put it. It tastes like a soy sauce without the soy and the wheat and all of that. So it just works great. All right, so look at this. So all this on one rotisserie chicken. Hi, Eileen. Nice to see you. All of this, one rotisserie chicken. Look, chicken curry. I still have a whole serving of chicken curry left. Here's your quesadilla. Here's your barbecue chicken wrap. You have, it's just, look at this food. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited. Now, guess what? Hubby's not eating any of it. He'll eat the quesadilla maybe, and he'll eat the barbecue chicken wrap. He might eat this. I think he's going to eat this. Thanks for the follow. Oh, look at all this beautiful food. Let me push you guys back so you can really see the whole space. There we go. Look at that. Here's the chicken curry. Here's the quesadilla. Look at that. Welcome to the OFM. Curry chicken. And we still have our bones to make stock. And we still have a whole chicken breast, 4.5 ounce of chicken. No, 4 ounces. Let's say it's 4 ounces of chicken breast left. Cook bone. Yes, I'm going to make bone broth. Tomorrow night, I'm going to make the bone broth because then when I wake up in the morning on Wednesday during class, it'll be ready. I mean, honestly, fried rice for breakfast. This is a must. I guarantee you, I hands down, you feed that to your kids for breakfast, they're going to ask for it all the time. It's the easiest thing. You saw how easy it was. Once that chicken is pulled and you have cooked rice, you saw how easy the rice pretty much cooked itself. Cooking is not hard. It really isn't. It's just the prep. Once you get that prep done, you are golden. I've never thought to do bone broth in the crock pot. Oh, I just recently started doing my bone broths in the crock pot over the last year and a half, and the cleanup is easier. You get more. You don't lose all, like sometimes your water, evaporates. It's richer. It's just, it's never better. So look, go get your caraway pot, Chef Liz, at purchase. You will love it. Look, there's nothing to clean. So easy. You've got your chicken enchilada bake. You got some quesadillas. You have a lot of recipes. You've got all the things. Oh my God, so brilliant. Thank you. Let's try our curry chicken. That's good too. No, hubby. Definitely not. No, he's not eating that. I might eat the quesadillas if I can get them nice and crunchy. Tonight was amazing. And he'll eat that maybe. He would eat this. He's not eating the curry. He's not eating that. And he might eat this. He might. Put a little sausage in that. What do you put in the bone broth? Just water. Yep, just water. Water and bones. I don't want any flavor in my meat stocks. Do you have a cookbook? Everybody's got a cookbook, right? In the Love by the Ladle cookbook, you can also get this on the STAN store, in the LINK and the BIO. And I have 8 different stocks in here that are delicious. And yeah, I think it's 8 stocks, all different bone broths, vegetable stocks, and they're easy, very easy to make. Who is that with the rose? Thank you for my roses. You're so far away, I can't see. I'm sorry. Does that say Nancy? Thank you for my rose. Does he like good cornbread? No. He likes a slab of meat and a bowl of mashed potatoes. My sweet husband. All right, my friends, we did another fun class, and it's early. I was almost on time today. I was so proud of myself. I would have been even more on time if my printer got me this time. It's all right. We got here. We did it. I hope you guys had so much fun. Thank you, Nancy. Hi, Tony. Thanks for joining. We just finished what to do with the rotisserie chicken. If you're just passing by or you're checking us out, I took one rotisserie chicken and made all this food. There's chicken fried rice, a black bean and chicken quesadilla, a barbecue chicken sandwich, a whole chicken enchilada bake, a curry chicken salad, and we have our bones to make bone broth. We're going to do that tomorrow night. And I still have one whole chicken breast left. Holy moly. All the recipes are in the recipe vault. $5 a month. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee through the drive-thru. Have a wonderful night. Love that you guys were here. Thank you for spending the night with me. I will see you all Wednesday morning. I'm not under-promising and over-delivering about tomorrow. It just depends on how the day goes and starts. But all the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, I will be in the kitchen because we have a big catering gig. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will be live getting ready for our catering. Thank you for my heart, Joy. Welcome in. Oh, you found it? It's on page 19 in the cookbook. I love that. Wait, hold on. Let me see it. Hey, stop it. I got to climb up here to get this. Almost dropped you. There we go. Good night, my friends. Night, everybody. Good night, June. Good night, Gail. Thank you for all being here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my God, this dog. Come here, handsome. Come here. Come here. Come say goodbye. Come here, nuts. Come here, my nutty dog. He's been a terribly bad boy tonight. Bye, Kimberly. Look how far we got tonight. 120,000 tops. Yippee! Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. You all right? You all right, handsome boy? Hold on, I'm gonna get you. Thank you. Good night, guys.